Hello students, welcome to engineering geology classes. In today's class we will discuss one more concept, that is Rqd and Rsr. So let us understand what is meant by Rqd. So here Rqd stands for the rock quality designation. Rock quality designation, that is Rqd. So what it means? So rock quality designation, that is Rqd, it has several definitions. So we'll see which is most widely used definition that was developed in 1967 by Degree to provide a quantitative estimate of rock mass quality from the drill core log. So whenever you drill hole into the ground, okay, using the drilling machine, drilling equipments, when you drill a hole into the ground, along with the core, along with the drill, the core sample will come out through the pipe. Okay, so that is called as the core log, okay, drill log or core log. So it is the borehole core recovery percentage incorporating only pieces of solid core that are longer than 100 mm in length, which are measured along the center line of the core. So first I'll show you one diagram. There you will understand what is mean by core sample. So here in the image you can see there are core samples which are removed from the earth by drilling. Okay, so they look like this, the core sample. So here you can see there are few pieces, okay, which are very long. Okay, yes, so in this image you can see the few the core samples, they are very long in length, okay, along the center line, and there are few, see here you can see it is broken into smaller pieces. You can see here they are very small, they are broken, whereas this is a longer piece, again it has a crack. So this type of samples we will get when you remove the core sample from the ground. Okay, so what is mean by Rqd, we'll discuss now. So it is the borehole core recovery, means it has recovered from the borehole, and the percentage incorporating only the pieces of solid core that are longer than 100 mm in length. Okay, so if you measure the length of that core sample which is taken out from the earth, it should be more longer than 100 mm in length along the center line of the core. So such samples we have to take into account when you study the Rqd, that is rock quality designation. It will decide the quality of the rock. So in this respect, the pieces of the core that are not hard and they are not sound, they should not be counted though they are 100 mm in length. So if the rock strata is not hard, if it is very soft rock, then if it is coming 100 mm, then we should not count such rocks. Okay, so what is Rqd? That is rock quality designation. It is the rough measure of degree of jointing or the fractures present in the rock mass, which is measured as a percentage of the drill core in length of 10 centimeter or more. Okay, other definition for Rqd is if it is more than 100 mm or 10 centimeter or more, then only we have to consider that log, okay, the length of that. So high quality rock has an Rqd more than 75%, and low quality rock will have the Rqd less than 50%. So there are few formulas here you can see. There are three formulas which will give you the total core recovery, solid core recovery, and rock quality designation, that is RQD. So what is total core recovery, that is TCR? So it is the sum of length of the core pieces divided by total length of the core into 100, that will give you the answer in percentage. So sum of the length of core pieces, so how many pieces of core samples you have got, summation of all that core pieces divided by the total length of the core, that will give you total core recovery. So means from that core how much is the recovery. Then solid core recovery stands for what? The sum of the length of solid cylindrical core pieces divided by total length of the core run. Means here the sum of the length of only solid, not the broken one, very soft pieces we are not considering, only the solid cylindrical coarse pieces, such samples if we have, and summation of all those, the length of that, then divided by total length of the core, that will give us the solid core recovery. Then one more is RQD, that is rock quality designation. So what is the formula for RQD? This is very important. So RQD, the formula is sum of the length of core pieces that are more than 10 centimeter, which are measured along the center line, divided by the total length of the core run. So that is the formula. So we'll see what is that. There is a table here which will tell us the percentage rock recovery, that is RQD, what is the quality, rock quality designation. Suppose if your answer is coming as less than 25% after putting in formula, that is RQD, then if it is less than 25%, we call that rock as very poor, that is completely weathered rock. That shows what? The rock is completely weathered, which we get usually on the top layer of the earth. Then if it is coming between 25 to 50%, then it is poor. Okay, rock quality designation is poor, and that shows the rock is weathered rock. Okay, and if it is 50 to 75%, it is a fair, that is moderately weathered rock. If it is 75 to 90, it is good, it shows the presence of hard rock. And if it is 90 to 100%, then it is an excellent quality of rock, that is a fresh rock which is newly exposed on the earth, or you can say it is a very fresh rock, newly formed. Okay, and it has a very good quality. Okay, rock quality designation. So if it is a very good quality of rock, excellent rock, then its value will be, RQD will be 90 to 100%. Okay, so we'll see one example. Here there is a log. Okay, this is the core sample. It is a log. Okay, core log or drilled log, and you can see it has in between the cracks. Okay, here is one crack, then here again there are cracks, okay. So if you see the length is also given. So here the length, yes, you can see here the length from this point, that is the starting point, to this point, that is 38 centimeter. Then the next is from this point to this point, it is 17 centimeter. Then here it has many cracks, so the length is 0. No exact complete piece of the rock we have got, so it has broken into number of pieces. So number of pieces less than 10 centimeter it is, so the length is 0 here. Okay, then the next is if you go down, okay, here the length is 20 centimeter and here the length is 35 centimeter. So there is a drilling break here, and again there is no recovery, that is L is 0. So the values are given here. Okay, now how to find out the RQD, that is rock quality designation? The formula is what? The summation of length of core pieces which are greater than 10 centimeter in length divided by the total length of the core run. So here you can calculate the total length of the core run by adding all these 38, 17, 20, 35. So the total is 200, and we have to consider only the core pieces which are more than 10 centimeter. So which are more than 10 centimeter? This is the first one is 38 centimeter, second one is 17. So both are more than 10 centimeter. Here it is L is equals to 0. So this we should not consider. Then here L is 20. So we can consider that. Then here the length is 35 centimeter and again here L is 0. So here if you add this 38 plus 17 plus 20 plus 35, so into 100 if you do, the answer what you get is 55%. So for 55%, what is the RQD? If the value is 55%, so it is between 50 to 75. So what will be the interpretation? The RQD is fair and it is moderately weathered rock. So this is how the RQD is determined. Okay. Then there is one more concept, that is rock structure rating, that is RSR. So before going there, if suppose some length is less than 10 centimeter, suppose 5 centimeter or 8 centimeter, then we should not add such length here at the top, because RQD, the formula is length of the total core is given here 200. Okay, total length of the core is given, that is 200, and here we are going to add the core which are more than 10 centimeter length. So this is the addition, and the total length is given in the problem. The total length of the core run is 200 centimeter. So up to 200 centimeter is the length of the core, and if you add these the length which are more than 10 centimeter, you will get the answer as 55%. So this is how we have to calculate the RQD, that is rock quality designation. Then next is the RSR, that is rock structure rating. So rock structure rating is again a quantitative method for describing the quality of rock mass and appropriate ground support, in particular for a steel rib support, which is developed by Wickham, Tedman and Skinner in 1972. So these have developed the concept of RSR, that is rock structure rating. So RSR concept introduced a rating system for the rock masses, and it was the sum of weighted values in the classification system. So there are they considered the two general categories for describing the RSR, that is rock structure rating. So the two categories are geotechnical parameters are considered and construction parameters are considered. So what are the geotechnical parameters? So what type of rock it is, what is the pattern of jointing in the rock, whether it has a sheet joint, columnar joint, which type of joint it is, then joint orientation, the direction of the joint with respect to the beds, okay, the dip and strike of the joints. So then type of discontinuities which are present in the rocks, then major faults if they are present, shears and folds, okay, then rock properties, rock material properties, weathering or alteration in the rock. So all these come under geotechnical parameters. And the construction parameters are the size of the tunnel, the direction of drive, then the method of excavation. So these come under the construction parameters when you go for the construction of a tunnel. So taking tunnel as example, okay, the construction parameters include what is the size of the tunnel, what is the direction of the drive, and how the excavation should be done, that is the method of excavation. So these parameters are considered while describing the rock structure rating. So the RSR value if of any tunnel section that is obtained by, how it is obtained, by summation of weighted numerical values which are determined for each parameters. That is the RSR concept is very useful method for selecting the steel rib support for the rock tunnel, okay. Then as with any empirical approach, one should not apply the concept beyond the range of sufficient and reliable data which is used for development of the tunnel. So because of this reason, the RSR concept is not recommended for selection of rock bolts or concrete support. So this is only supported for the construction of tunnel in the steel rib. So RSR, that is rock structure rating, the nature and distribution of structures or structural features within the rock mass which may have a dominant effect on the response of the rock mass to the mining, okay, mining, tunneling. So the structure can influence the choice of mining method and the design of the mine layout. So this concept of RSR is useful when you go for construction of a tunnel or a mining activity. There this concept will be very much useful. So they study in detail the geotechnical parameters as well as the construction parameters. So that is the RSR, rock structure rating. Thank you.